So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are back again. Press conference reaction settings. Let me just adjust this. The lighting in this room is dead. So apologies about that one. It actually looks like I got a tan though, doesn't it? Looks like I'm back in Spain again with my nice glowing golden skin. But big up to everybody who is watching live, and appreciate you waiting around. I was on the phone. I couldn't get the person off the phone. I was doing my nutting. So yes, we are here. We are ready. And we are going to go through the most fraudulent manager in the Premier League's press conference in a second. We have got Manchester United this weekend. Just gone on Arsenal's website. 5 new shirts up for grabs. They're doing a giveaway through Sportbet. There you go. If you want to win yourself a football shirt, get yourself over there. We don't want to know about that, thanks. But there we go. Press conference settings. Let's see what he's gone through today. Full transcript. Here we go. But this is a big game, and especially when Man United lost yesterday as well to Sheffield United. And it was funny because I was on Dammy's watch along. There was Chelsea fans moaning and crying and bitching about the draw with Wolves. And I actually said on his watch along, I said, would anyone be surprised if Sheffield United beat Man United? Because I wouldn't, because that's how this league has gone this season. Would anyone be surprised if we beat Man United? Probably not. Would anyone be surprised if we get slapped by Man United? Probably not. So it is how it is this season. The league's a bit of a weird one. It's mad how this season's gone so far. Everyone can beat everyone. And let me just get rid of this clown in my chat. Why don't you go and watch them then, mate, instead of coming and watching me? Like, some people got time, boy. Anyway, let's continue on to the press conference. Latest team news. Dani Ceballos will be in training in the next few days, so he's not going to make it. Pablo Mari as well. Obviously, Odegaard will be joining us as well. For the rest, we have to see how Kieran is. I think that's it. Let me read that again. We will be in training. We will be in training today and see how everybody is. I think Danny will be training with the squad in the next few days. Pablo Mari probably as well. Obviously, Martin Odegaard will be joining us as well. And for the rest, we have to see. So there you go. He is in training. Whether he plays or not this weekend, I'm not sure. But I'm sure we'll find out on match day. Whether Aubameyang could return, he said, I spoke to him yesterday and things are looking a bit better at the moment. We're going to have to wait and see. Again, I don't think Aubameyang's going to make it. And hopefully his mum's all right, because he had to shoot off before the Southampton game at the weekend. And then obviously he missed the game on Tuesday night. He then put a statement out yesterday saying that his mum's been really ill and she's been in hospital. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It's none of our business really, is it? Let's be honest here. So yeah, it is what it is. And the fact is, we've actually looked a little bit better without him really, haven't we? Let's be honest here. Let's continue. On the players dedicating the win to Aubameyang, he goes, that's what we always talk about, always expect to do for each other. When someone's having difficulties, we have to understand, protect them and give the love and get right behind them. They've changed this on their website. It's very confusing. They used to have the bold text, and now it's just all one text. So it's like it's just one massive long paragraph rather than segmenting it off. So I don't know who wrote this today. The atmosphere in the dressing room. What's that like, considering it was a bit down at Christmas? He said if we're comparing results, obviously it's much better after the game when we win than it is when we lose. In general, that's how dressing rooms behave. We are a large group, and there's no difference from dressing room to dressing room. That's a plus, though. We've done this in previous months, and we managed to sustain that in the difficult months together as a team. He was then asked about Manchester United. He said, we know it's going to be really difficult. They've been in top form. They've been top of the table playing well. We know they're a real threat. So we have to be on our best on Saturday. And listen, just coming back to that, I know they lost yesterday and our fans do what our fans do, is just go and totally embarrass themselves. What is going on with my camera? Seriously. Jesus Christ, this lighting's shocking. But yeah, our fans just make a fool of themselves every time, don't they? Ha ha, let's all laugh at Man United. And, well, yeah, that could come back to bite us on Saturday. Maybe we should have just waited until Saturday. I don't know. But that's just me, I suppose, isn't it? Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm a little bit too old to be sitting laughing at other teams when we're sat ninth. I don't know. But there we go. Let's carry on. On being 5 points off the top 4, he said we've got to keep the momentum going, the run, be humble and understanding. There are lots of things have to improve. There is so much we have to do to catch up all the other teams. We have to go game by game. Let's see where we get. On Martin Odegaard, he said he's a player that we followed for some time and believe he's got something special that we need and quality we've been missing. Now we have to give him a little bit of time. That suggests that he won't be playing at the weekend then. He hasn't played many minutes in Madrid. He's been training hard and looks excited. So we have... there's always a typo. We have a big talent at the club. I can't even decipher what that says. On whether he could start Saturday, he said it's a little bit too early to decide. Let's see how he goes in training and we'll see. Don't worry. He was then asked about Matt Ryan. He said he settled in quickly. I've been impressed when I talked to him. He's really focused, really engaged on what we want to do. He's a professional guy and he's coming to compete with Alex and Bern. That's the mentality and desire that we want from any player that joins us. And whether he spoke to Tim Cahill about Ryan, what a stupid question. Whether Odegaard can live up to the high expectations. He said, I wouldn't even suggest anyone could get close to Messi, but it's a lost battle. In my opinion, or maybe they asked him whether he could be as good as Messi. I don't know. Maybe they've chopped that bit out. They do like chopping stuff out of these. But he said, I wouldn't suggest that anyone could get close to Messi because it's a lost battle, in my opinion. Martin is Martin. I think in the last few seasons, he's progressed and developed in the right way. I followed him because he played for Real Sociedad, which is my hometown. I know him really well, and I've been impressed. He's such a talent, needs the right environment and a little bit of time, but I think he's got the qualities to be a success for us. And the way he's talking and keeps saying time, he needs time, is suggesting that he's not going to play at the weekend, which would be a bit of a disappointment, I suppose, considering we haven't got Danny Ceballos in the team. So it looks like we'll be going with Xhaka again. And listen, Smith Rowe, hopefully Smith Rowe makes it. It seems like he's fit and back in training because he picked up a few knocks in the previous game, didn't he? So hopefully, hopefully he's going to be all right as well, Smith Rowe. So let's continue. On the impact Odegaard can have, he said he's a specialist to play in the pockets. Hopefully not the defensive midfielder's pocket. Fingers crossed on that one. He can play at number 10 or number 8. He can play off the sides. He's a really creative player who's really comfortable on the ball in tight spaces. He has the capacity to create chances and score goals. Something that has improved a lot recently is his work rate without the ball. So it's another option to give us more creativity in the final third and give us an option to set up in different ways against different teams. He then spoke about Torreira going on loan to Monaco. He said, we've been talking to Lucas. Edu is very close to the situation. He hasn't been playing many minutes as we'd like, or as he would like. To be fair, the team is doing well in Spain, so it's understandable that they don't change the team too much. We just have to get behind Lucas, protect him, help him make the right decisions for his future. So let's see what happens. But we are monitoring the situation. And whether his loan could be cut short at Atletico Madrid, he said, I don't know. Whether other players can leave, he said there's still a few days left in the market. There is a possibility for things to happen. We're in close contact with all things that can happen. So we shall see. Well, you kind of went around that in a political way, didn't you, mate? On Smith Rowe and Partey's fitness, he said, I don't know. Let's see how they come in today. They've had discomforts in different parts, Thomas and Emil, and we'll have to see how they evolve. We still have some days until the game, but not long to see how they recover. Again, that's not sounding great, is it? And they did pick up knocks at the game against Southampton the other day. So fingers crossed, because listen, Smith Rowe's been absolutely brilliant the last 5-6 games. And Thomas Partey was superb the other night. So yeah, hopefully they both play, because I'll tell you something, if they don't play, we're in a bit of trouble in that midfield, because Man United's midfield is probably their strongest part of their team. And I know they made a few changes last night. I expect them to go back to what they were doing before last night. I think they probably rotated way too much last night, and they just looked well off the pace. Sheffield United fully deserved to win that game. Which reminds me, tonight at 10 o'clock, Saeed is coming on the channel, and we're going to do a little preview for the game. So make sure you come and check that one out. That should be interesting, actually, because it's interesting to see how confident or not confident he is after their defeat last night. I know he was he was clipped a few times yesterday. I see his Insta. It's hilarious. Let's carry on. How much of a surprise Man United's defeat to Sheffield United was, he said it's not a surprise to beat any team in the league. It's extremely difficult to take people for granted. They're a really organised team, and they are always a threat. They've lost many games by 1 goal, and they didn't deserve to lose all of them games. Every game's a challenge. On how he sold the move to Martin Odegaard, he said, I just wanted to give him a clear picture of us as a club and what we're trying to do, what we expect from him, and just try and transmit that passion and excitement and to try and bring him in, show him the project. Yeah, the project, and see how he can fit to the project, to just try and persuade him that it's the right place for the new chapter in his career and try and make things work. And whether Southampton performance was the blueprint, he says Southampton have had a lot of things that I want to see from our side, but we still have many things to. They still haven't. Start again, but we still have many things to improve. You mentioned that I've had 3 transfer windows and it's still not there, but it's over a year since I joined the club in a very particular way, but things are moving in the direction I want. But I'm still very aware things need to get better, and whether it be another transfer window before it becomes his team. So it depends, because every transfer window is different. Do you remember when we signed this manager and everyone was saying, give him 4 transfer windows? Well, this is his 3rd or 4th, so he's 3/4 of the way there. There's a lot of uncertainties in the market and stuff, he said after that. Let's continue on. Do keep smashing the likes up if you haven't already. I'll come back to your comments in a second. Big up Gracious Greek for your donation as well, my guy. I appreciate that. I want to see a midfield 3 of Odegaard, Partey, Smith Rowe. Yes, that would be good. That would be fantastic. And appreciate that, mate. Happy Thursday to you. Keep thinking it's Friday today for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah. There we go. Maybe that's because every day feels like a flipping Friday at the minute. On how he prevents burnout for Saka and Smith Rowe, he said monitoring very closely is what they need. We're doing it step by step over a period of time, assessing them and where they are. It's not only about physical, it's all about the mental as well as the physical, to see how they're dealing with the pressure and the expectations. And every character is different, so we have to manage them closely. Whether Martin has a place in the long-term vision, he said he certainly has all the qualities and characteristics. First of all, we hope he adapts here and see how much of an impact he can have. Secondly, what Madrid and the player think about it, because he's owned by Madrid, so the player will have a big say. How much he's impressed with the squad's mentality. So I'm really impressed with the resilience that we've shown as a team. Been through some difficult moments. He said that a minute. I'm not even reading the rest of that. I'm not losing to Man United at home for over 2 years, which is kind of interesting, actually, considering we've been pretty crap. We don't tend to lose to this lot at home. And we've been pretty unlucky away at times. You know, I know we beat them this season, but last season we should have beat them as well. And the season before that. And the season before that. But there we go. I think every game is completely different. They have the capacity and quality to beat any side in the world. We're going to have to be at our best because the demands of the game are huge. We need to be better than what we were on Tuesday again to beat them. So we're going to have to prepare. On Aubameyang having an impressive record against Man United and how keen he is on getting back in the side. He said he's our captain, one of the most important players. We're doing everything we can to get him back as quick as possible, but understanding he's been through a difficult few days and that he had to support his family. On whether Aubameyang had to go abroad or stay in the UK, he said he had to support his family and had to be there with them. He didn't answer the question, did he? And then if there could be quarantine issues, he said, I don't know what will happen. Again, he's not answered the question. Maybe he did have to go abroad. I don't know. He was then asked about Reece Nelson, which is very interesting because they said Reece Nelson's not made the last 2 squads. Do you think he'll leave on loan? He said that's a conversation that we are having with the players that are not having a lot of game time. Interesting. Obviously, we want to keep their development going and make the right decision in the next 3 days. For some of them, it might be the best thing to do. We try to be clear and transparent with the plans and their roles in the team. And after that, whether Ainsley Maitland-Niles is concerned, that's a good question as well. That he needs to be playing for more football to keep his England place. He said, yes, it's a concern. There was an international footballer involved as well, and a chance to reach that opportunity. I totally understand that Ainsley Maitland-Niles wants more minutes, and all he needs to do is fight, train and challenge his teammates to show us that he can be one of our starters. Wow. On if Mustafi will stay until the summer or mutual termination has been agreed, he said another situation at the moment that is opening. We're having conversations with the player and internally with his agent. Wow, there you go. It sounds like he's going as well. We will see the right solution for this one as well. And whether we expect him to stay, he said we're monitoring it. So loads. Actually, that was a decent press conference for a change. They actually must have been watching our streams. And they've actually asked him some proper questions today. So, yeah, there you go. Man said half decent questions. They were, weren't they? Much better today. Exactly. The questions were a lot better today. So either they've been listening to what we're saying on here, or they just decided to ask some proper questions today. But Martin Odegaard is training, and I don't think he is going to make it. Big up to Lee Chappie in the chat. Go and subscribe to Lee's channel if you haven't already. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. Proper questions. They were proper questions today, and it's not often we say that, was it? So, but yeah, Martin Odegaard, the main ones, the main talking points for anyone who's joined late. Smash the likes up if you haven't, and subscribe. But the main talking points: Odegaard's training, but he mentioned 2 or 3 times that he's not really played many minutes. It's going to be hard. He needs time. Blah blah blah. I don't expect him to play at the weekend. Reece Nelson, they're discussing him going on loan. Skodran Mustafi, they're discussing terminating his contract. Aubameyang, he didn't want to answer the question as to whether he stayed in the UK to see his family members or whether he went abroad. And he said that we have to play better than we did on Tuesday if we're going to beat Man United. Big up to the wifey in the chat. She's at work today. How unlucky. Big up, wifey. Arteta's your main fan. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he watches my videos, mate. I mean, who don't? Let's be real. You gotta be happy, in you. Yeah, Lee happy. There we go. I am happy, man. I'm always happy. Unless Arsenal are playing, and then I'm not happy because they fucking wind me up. But that was a decent question. That was decent questions today. And that was probably the best press conference we've seen on here for months. Maybe even 6 to 8 months, perhaps. Unless we're, well, maybe the FA Cup final, the press conference to that. It was 1 in 50 attempts. Yeah, let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away because it'll be back to being crap questioning again after the game. So, so yeah, hopefully we see Odegaard at the weekend and see what he can actually do. Hopefully, Skodran Mustafi's contract will be terminated. It doesn't look like Aubameyang's going to make it by the sounds of it. And Reece Nelson could be leaving on loan. And Maitland-Niles needs to work harder, apparently. So there we go. So yeah, there we go. Have you heard what Haaland's comments are about Arsenal? No. What did he say, my guy? Appreciate that signature. I hope you're well, man. What did he say? I haven't said it. I didn't see it. Wenger, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it, bruv. I didn't see it. I know that he was doing some kind of questions or something with Jadon Sancho or something. I don't know. I didn't actually see it, though. I see somebody tweet it, like tweet the clip, but I never watched it. But yeah, madness. Big up to Anthony. Hope you're well, buddy. And Maitland-Niles will leave in the summer to get first team football. He's definitely losing that England place. Gutted for him. Give him a run at CM next to Partey. Smith Rowe at Cam, Saka and Odegaard left or right wing. Well, that's a shout. I don't see how he can't get in the team over Cedric. I know Cedric played very well the other day, but how can Maitland-Niles be the go-to guy and then be dumped? What are my opinions on Arteta? The same as they were before. Not good enough. I've seen people waxing lyrical about our high pressing game the other day against Southampton. Why haven't we done that all season then? And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. People that are sitting there saying we're 5 points off top 4 and stuff like that, yeah, that's very true. So maybe, just maybe, if he'd actually got his act together a little bit sooner, i.e. the start of the season, we might actually already be in the top 4. If we had a proper manager, we might actually be top. And when people said to me, oh, you demand too much, you want to win the league, me, you sound like Hector Bellerin, mate. Yeah. Sometimes you demand too much and it can be draining. Well, sorry, mate, I want to win the league. And when people cry and moan and like seem like people setting up YouTube channels to rant about me, like that's how gargantuan I've become. You literally got so wound up by Ligue 1, you set up a YouTube channel to talk about Ligue 1. Thank you, mate. You're a fan. But yeah, mad. Like literally, it is crazy. And I don't know why people get so in their feelings about it. At the end of the day, we smashed the stadium down to compete with the best teams in the world and win title after title and compete with the top teams in England and in Europe. We haven't done that since we've been here. People can sit and cry and say, well, the squad's crap. Oh, barring the first 11, the squad's rubbish. Yeah, most of the squad is his players. You know, most of it. We went through it on the watch-along the other night with players that he has re-signed up and players that he has brought in. And the 2 Herberts that he fucking begged to stay in, Granit Xhaka and Eddie Nketiah, they are his players. Yeah, plus the ones that he's brought in as well, that he's signed. It's about 18 or 19 players. We worked it out the other day. We worked out he's let 9 players go. So, like, I don't really understand how people can't see that. I don't think they want to see that because I believe a lot of these people don't want us to win. Like, I genuinely do. You know, it's like the goalposts change like every single week, every single game. Haaland said we're a big club in England. Haaland's on crack. We used to be a big club in England. We used to be. It's like I watched something yesterday where it was on Claude's channel, I think, and Tade was saying to Claude, "Yeah, but Claude, you say the squad's crap, but then you expect us to get top 4." Yeah, because the squad's better than West Ham's, who currently sit 4th. So how can West Ham do it? I don't really get it. I don't understand, my guy. I don't really get it, mate. Big up to Glenn in the building. Hope you're good, mate. Was that you that become a member at the very beginning, mate? Because it bounced off my screen. If it was, thank you very much, mate. I think it was. I don't know. I don't think, yeah, it's not on my screen anymore, man. It bounced before I started the stream. So yeah, thank you if that was you, mate. And no, I haven't seen that, to be honest with you, mate. Let's do some more comments. We bottled it versus Leicester, Burnley, Southampton. Exactly. We could have won against Palace. You know, if you add up them points there, that's 11 points more. We'd be right on the top 4 charge and potentially a title charge. So this is why I get the ump with it. You know, people can sit there and praise the manager all they like about it. Oh, we pressed so well the other night. Oh, we were pressing great. We were winning the ball higher up the pitch. Why haven't we been doing that all season then? I don't really understand it, man. You know, like I said earlier, when we mentioned Aubameyang and he might not be back for this game, I think we've looked better without him. Real talk. We look better without him. I'm not saying that we should sell him or anything like that because I rate Aubameyang as a goal scorer. I don't rate him as a footballer. I think he's got no technical ability. He's just a kick and run. But in the penalty box, you get him in a penalty box. The geezer's relentless, apart from this season, obviously. But yeah, I'm never going to drop my standards for anyone. I want to win a title, and that ain't going to happen. So I'm going to keep saying what I'm saying until this club do what's required and do what they smashed Highbury down for. The fact that so many people get upset by it. Oh dear, why don't you just make your own channels and say your own opinions or whatever instead of chatting shit about mine? Like, it's mad. But this is what people do, man. They can't give their footballing opinions, so they have to slag off the people and put their names in titles and have to put their names in their tweets because they can't speak about football, so they have to speak about the person speaking about football to then try and get some kind of traction. Right? Just speak about the football, the club, the ins and outs of the club, the reason we moved stadium, the reason this project or process, whatever you want to call it, is flawed. i.e. run by an owner that no one wants, a board of directors that are just out of their depth, and run by a rookie CEO, a rookie technical director, and a rookie manager. That's destined for failure, mate. So yeah, when he wins the league, I see somebody say to me the other day in a comment, why don't you ever give Arteta praise when he does good? Well, when he does good, I'll give him praise. So come back to me and let me know when that happens, yeah? We're currently 9th. There you go. Anyway, team looked way more fluid with 2 out-and-out wingers in Pepe and Saka. Yes, 100%. It's not rocket science, is it, boy? Not rocket science. Don't play a striker on the left wing. Really not difficult. Big up my guy. Bruv, this is only the beginning. I've told people this. People don't listen, man. Yeah, my channel's tiny. I don't go on like I've got like millions of subs, because I ain't. You know, I know where I'm at and where I'm going and how I'm getting there. And I will have 1 million subs one day. People can laugh at that all you like. It's going to happen. You'll all be invited to the 1 million subscriber party. For Arsenal to get back where they were, they need to get rid of Arteta and Hecky B. Totally agree with you, mate. And Xhaka, you know, but he begged Xhaka to stay. I see people moaning. It was Tade again. Big up Tade, by the way. He's a nice guy. But I see, like, I even commented on the video. Tade was saying, yeah, but when Arteta looks to the bench, he's got Eddie and Nketiah sat there. Bruv, he begged Eddie to stay. He begged him to stay. When he looked to the bench the other day and Eddie and Nketiah's on the bench, he also had Lacazette on the bench, by the way. He could have put Balogun on the bench, couldn't he? He also had Martinelli on the bench. So, I don't know, man. It's just excuse FC, isn't it? And like I said, everyone's laughing at Man United. I'm just going to zip that, because no doubt that will come back to bite all of these people on their backsides on the weekend. So, I'm just going to just relax with it. But there you go. Listen, are you going to buy champagne when Zoolander or Arteta leaves? No, when Zoolander leaves, bruv, I'm going to plant a tree for every year he's been here. And that's not a joke either. I'm doing it. So yeah, I'll plant a tree for every year he's been here. When Arteta leaves, I'll order the nicest tapas ever. And I'll get a cardboard cutout of Tony Pulis and put Arteta's face on it. And then me and my mate, Tapas Pulis, can sit and eat our tapas together. How's that? That'd be sick, wouldn't it? But listen, I'm going to wrap this up. I am back again at about 5:30 today. What am I doing at 5:30? I wrote my list down. Let me have a little look at my list. I've got Saeed coming on at 10 o'clock, so make sure you come and check that out at 10. That should be good. Where are we? Where's my diary? There we go. What day is it today? Thursday. It'll probably be a transfer-related video at 5:30, and then 10 p.m. because no point streaming when the Tottenham-Liverpool game's on. So 10 p.m. I'll have Saeed on. Let me just put this lad on timeout. Bruv, you can't come in and spam my chat, bruv, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm not doing a watch-along for the game either, for those that are asking. But yeah, Saeed's going to be on, and we're going to have a proper conversation. None of this screaming and shouting and debating who's the super fans and who's not. We're just going to have a nice little chinwag about Arsenal and Man United, because that is what it's about. It's about Arsenal versus Man United. It's not about super fan versus super fan. So yeah, me and Saeed, we're going to have a lovely conversation about our football teams, and we'll see who's confident and who's not, and whether he's confident in Man United winning the game. For those asking about player ratings, bruv, I needed a day off yesterday, man. I've worked my nuts off, which is why I never done it. And I was going to do player ratings and then just have the day off. Yeah, apart from Dammy's watch along. But then obviously the Odegaard news dropped, so I had to replace it. And I just thought, fuck it, it's too late now. What's the point? So, but if you want my player ratings, I can rifle through them real quick, because I wrote them down for Chig's channel the other day. So if you want my player ratings for the other night, Leno 7, Cedric 8, Holding 5, Leno 4, Bellerin 4, Xhaka and Partey 7, Smith Rowe 6, Saka 9, Pepe 9, my man of the match, Lacazette 8, Willian, Willock and El Neni 0, and Arteta I gave a 5. And everyone was crying that I gave him a 5. Boo-hoo. He should have done that the game before on the Saturday. So yeah, we won, so no ratings. I've just given you my ratings. And no, like I said, if you weren't listening, I was going to have the afternoon and evening off anyway, so because I was doing a watch along on Dammy's channel, and I work my nuts off. So today I'm refreshed. I'm looking tanned with this dead lighting in the room, and I will be back again at 5:30 with a transfer related video, because we have only got 4 days left of this transfer window, and then I'll be back again at 10 p.m. with Saeed. So we'll have a spunking afternoon. Big up to all you people in the chat. Smash the likes up. I'm out of here.